What's going on, everybody? Man, let me tell you, if you don't believe now that Lake Fork is the GOAT Lake, there's just no convincing you, okay? The BASS Elite, the top 100 elite anglers are here in post-frontal conditions, really frontal, cold frontal, and post-frontal conditions. Day one, there are 60 anglers over 20 pounds. And there are more than 10 anglers over 30 pounds, with 2 anglers pushing 40 pounds first and second place, 38 and 37. The top 10 anglers are all doing the live scope deal. The females just have not really pulled into the backwaters. If you look real closely and if you understand and know the anglers, a lot of the shallow water strength anglers are not catching much at all. Their weights are very low. The Greg Hackneys, and so on. Even our very own Lee Livesey, he has 3 fish per 8 pounds. But there is nowhere in the country that you're going to find 60 bags over 20 pounds post-frontal conditions other than Lake Fork. So, welcome to the studio. Mike McFarland here. Going to give you a public rundown, give you some information about what's happening here on Fork for this week, what to expect, and you're probably crazy to come fishing this weekend, but it's a great weekend to come watch because the best of the best are here on the world famous Lake Fork. As always, before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to all of the support sponsors, you guys, the subscribers. But the headline sponsors really, I just want to make sure that I really notate J. Hodge Chevrolet for all that they do to support McFarland Fishing, the Lake Fork Guide. They keep us on the roads. They really take good care of us. If you're looking for great service, right out of Sulphur Springs is one of the J. Hodge Chevrolet stores. They are located also in Arkansas, Oklahoma. Great guys right there. Great group of guys. Texas Insider Fishing Report and the Florida Insider Fishing Report with world famous Captain Rick Murphy and his crew. Just again, another really big supporter of us. We get to be on television here pretty soon. For about half the year, we do the fishing reports with Texas Insider Fishing Report. It's on it's televised weekly, and it covers all of Texas, including the coast. There's the upper, middle, and fresh regions of the Texas, and then there's the upper, middle, and lower on the coastal. 6 guides spill their guts with some really good information across Texas. That's televised. Berkeley's in town. Berkeley right now seems to be the only thing that I'm catching fish on, Berkeley baits. Big shout out to Berkeley and all they do for Texas Insider Fishing and Florida Insider Fishing. And I'm really grateful again to be on that whole team and that network of fishermen and support. Before we go any further, I want to tell you, you probably shouldn't come fishing this weekend. Multiple reasons. If you're just coming out for fun, then you potentially are in the way of the pros. You might be able to fish somewhere they're not. But if you're here for just for fun, I would come watch them. Go learn something. Watch what they're doing. See the areas that they choose. See how much time and methodically they work in an area. If you're insistent on coming and fishing Lake Fork, well, it's fishing pretty dang good as they're showing. Now, the shallow bite is hit or miss. I had a trip yesterday, a very fortunate type of trip. I had 2 clients on their honeymoon, young couple. They came all the way from Japan, 28 years old and 25 years old. They flew all the way from Japan to visit relatives in San Francisco and have their honeymoon. And they came here to Fork. It was a dream to fish Fork and then see the BS Elites here over the weekend. Now, due to extremely high winds yesterday, there was no way that I could take them and tour the lake. It was a doable thing for a crazy bass fisherman or a tournament angler to go out there in that rough water, but for insurance reasons, for safety reasons, there was no way that I was going to take them out and about. So I couldn't get to the waters that I've been fishing. And we just sheltered. We sheltered on the side east, on the west side, away from those big north waves and north winds, and we still managed to catch fish. We didn't have very big fish, But it was just amazing how you can even run from go fish areas that you maybe didn't even want to be in and still catch fish. So last year was a little tough year on Lake Fork. This year, Lake Fork's showing their colors, and I think things have stabilized. Lots of lakes go through seasons. They go through patterns up and down. Just a few years ago, Toledo Bend was on the bottom of the list, and look, Toledo Bend just kicked out some great fishing. It's the nature of the beast. I've seen lake in Mexico that don't hardly get any fishing pressure still have ups and downs. Lake Bacharach last December, there was hardly anybody catching anything, and then all of a sudden, January, February, it fired up, and man, the groups are crushing the fish down at Lake Bacharach in Mexico. So it's fishing, called fishing for a reason. But look, this year Lake Fork's really going to produce it. Check out the BASS Elite on television on Saturday and Sunday. It is televised. 3 hours with the TV both days, Saturday and Sunday. They carry you right on the water. You can watch the pros that way too. That's kind of a good way on Saturday. I like to do that because I'm on the couch at home, and I can actually watch 10 pros that they cover. Instead of if I'm on the water, I can only see the ones that I'm around, and I don't know where they all are. It's a very big lake, so by watching it from the couch, I can really get to see how where they all are. So just a recommendation. But listen, get your Berkeley baits out, whether it be the Berkeley, I think it's called Slobber Knocker, which is a chatterbait. The Berkeley Fritz sides, just square bills, spinner baits. Think spring, think spawn. There are fish on beds, not a whole lot, but they're more and more coming. And so by the time this weekend transpires and the pros leave here next week, the following week, we're going to be spawning. We're going to have bed fish. Lake temperatures are really rising fast. The main lake is still 51, 52, but the backwaters are good 60s and better. Now, the last probably 24 or 48 hours, we've lost some temperature there, but that comes right back. The lake is holding 3 inches below full pool, 402.72. Everything is in fantastic shape for Lake Fork to be Lake Fork, the world famous fishery that you hear about. So get your stuff ready. Plan a trip here in the next couple of months. And here's the thing. Here's what I like. In 2022, I had 149 bass over 8 pounds aboard the deck of my boat. In 2023, we only had 3. So, yeah, what a difference. Huge difference. But I knew very well that those fish that I caught in 2022, my clients caught in 2022, didn't go nowhere. They didn't go downstream. They didn't jump the dam. They didn't die. They're in there. And they've grown. So those fish that were 8-pounders, 9-pounders in 2022 are 10-pounders today. So I know of at least 149 fish that are 10-pound fish in there today. I wasn't the only one that had a great 2022. I also wasn't the only one that struggled in 2023. For whatever reason, it was just how it is. Tough. Here's where I'm going. Right now we got the spawn, March, April, excellent. But the post-spawn, a lot of times, is even better fishing. Right now, most of the pros are having 5, 6, 7, 8 fish in total. There's a couple pros that have caught 10. I think I saw one that had 12. So that they're not smashing the numbers. They're catching big fish. When May and June come around, we smash the numbers and we have lots of fish. Okay? Post-spawn fish are much easier to catch. And so what I'm getting at is the season all around is going to be excellent. Plan your trip to Lake Fork. Book one of the motel rooms wherever you need to stay, east side, west side. Book a fishing guide. I have some openings in May and June. Not much left in March and April. Only a couple of days in March and a handful in April. But May and June, post-spawn, top water bite. Remember Lee Livesay had 40 pounds, 42 pounds on top water in May just a few years ago? That bite is to come. It's the things to look forward to. It's very, very exciting to see the elites come ring the dinner bell and showcase what Lake Fork's all about. I'm going to give you a little quick fishing report for crappie. I think I gave it to you the other day, but we'll just go back over it again. Jackie Wiggins says the same thing about the crappie. The crappie are making a big move. They are moving to the shallows and spawning. Getting ready to spawn. You can really catch a lot of fish in 2 to 50 feet of water, but the concentrations are at about 12 to 13 feet. Staging, they're on their way in. We're seeing the same thing with the bass. The bass there's a lot of males that are up, small males, 2, 3, 4 pound males. The females are just backed out behind him, staging in the trees, staging in the mouths of the coves and the creeks and the drains. But Jockey says basically get ready because the spawns get ready to happen. There's a lot of black crappie that are shallow, the males that have gone into the nest, and then your other fish, the concentrations are about 12 to 13 feet. He said chartreuse is your best if you're in the clear water, chartreuse and black if you get in the real dirty water. And it's a great time to use minnows by themselves, but also tipping your crappie jig with a minnow can be very, very effective as well. Northern end of the lake is a lot better. Those areas are warming up first, so that's where you're going to find some of those crappie that are ready for the frying pan. Love to eat those things. I love Jackie Wiggins, such a great guy. Really hard-working guy, probably my favorite crappie guide on the lake. And he guides for catfish, and I think he does an occasional bass fishing trip. But if you want to catch a mess of crappie, fill your freezer up, look up Jackie Wiggins. All right, that's what I got for you guys. Look, if you really want to learn more, and right now there's not a whole lot more there this week. The elites are here and things, and I'm kind of holding back. But I have a members only channel, which I spill my guts. I tell the exact lures, the exact locations, the techniques, the speeds, every detail that's more important to catch more fish, catch big fish. There's 39 miles of lake. And I can tell you that there's a spinnerbait bite out there, for example. But where? Well, if you want to know more details, look in the description below this video, and there's a link for members only. Click on the members only. It's $5 for the whole month. $5 a month for basically a report that's spot on, detail for detail, good and bad, if we're not catching them. In that members only channel, I also give up all the other lakes in the area. Not all, but a lot of other lakes in the area. We talk about Sam Rayburn, O.H. Ivy, Palestine, Hubbard, Lavon, Tawakoni, Possum Kingdom, Holbrook, Athens, Welsh. There's 5 other guides that give me reports for stripers and white bass and hybrids and bass fishing. And so for $5 a month to subscribe to that channel and obtain that much more information, it makes good sense. Give it a try. If you don't like it, you can unsubscribe. But remember, again, look in the description below, click on the members only link, follow the procedure. Super, super easy. If you're not seeing, when you click on that link, if you're not seeing the join button, you're probably doing it from your cell phone. And for some reason, some iPhones, cell phones, whatever, they don't necessarily work. It could be the settings that you have on your phone. If you're struggling with it, just go to your laptop, and when you go there, you'll see join. Just click on join. Watch a video, click on join. It's that simple. Other than that, I really appreciate you watching. Hit the like button, comment below. If you have something you want to share, anything, bass fishing, crappie fishing, whatever, about the elites, please put that in the comments below. If you'd like to book a trip, 602-826-1524. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me, get the details, and get booked. Other than that, big shout out again to J-Hop Chevrolet, Skeeter Bass Boats, Diamond Sports Marine, Yamaha Engines, Texas Insider Fishing Report, Florida Insider Fishing Report, Abu Garcia, Berkeley, Power Pole, Bass Assassin, Bajio Sunglasses, Tightlines UV, Lake Fork Trophy Lures, Impact Lures, Sandtone Lures, Real Time Rods, Magic Reaction, Lake Fork Marina, Go Fish Lures, Steve's Custom Prop Shop, The Original Rod Socks, Sign Shop, Burning Stump Lodge, Lake Fork Resort, Murphy's Law Sport Fishing, Jamie's Restaurant, Oh My the Pie, best food around the lake, Jamie's Restaurant inside Lake Fork Marina, Tackle Co-op, Jamie's Jacked Up Designs, and always and forever, Lucas Oil and Protect the Harvest. So thanks again for watching. I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Guide.